Hi, everybody. This is Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto, filling our pockets with crypto profit. I have with me once again Max. Max is one of the team at VFinance, which is this fabulous DeFi project that's launched on the Cardano blockchain. And what we're going to be looking at is Bitcoin, Shiba Inu, Ethereum, and one other major altcoin, large market cap coin. We're going to be looking at technical analysis of it. And what I want you to know is that Max makes his living from trading. So obviously he's a whole lot better at it than I am.
Take the first step towards online privacy. Get NordVPN.
Apollo have produced the ultimate hardware wallet for your cryptocurrency assets, probably the most secure hardware wallet going. Use my affiliate link and the code for a discount. Please follow me on Twitter and join my official Telegram announcements channel. Also, please follow me on bittube.video. You can also follow me on Odyssey. These are both censorship-resistant platforms, and every now and then I am going to post a video which isn't going to be on YouTube.
Yes. Hey guys, hope you're all fine, and yeah, I'm happy to look at those coins with you as every week.
Thank you, and I'm so grateful that you're willing to do this with me. But let's just make a quick mention about VYFI Finance. Do you want to say anything a little bit about it so people know what it is next?
Yeah, it's, as you already said, it's a decentralized finance project. I'm working on the Discord, doing analysis there, helping people and answering questions. Yeah, and every week, if there's a news, we also mention it in this video. So last week, if you saw it, I mentioned we had our NFTs, our first VYFI NFTs, and the news came out a few days ago on their Twitter channel. So follow the Twitter channel if you want to get the news instantly. That we can, there is a function where you can stake with the NFTs, and you can earn VYFI basically by using your NFT. So that's a pretty interesting new development, and I think it's going to be great.
Okay, good. And I'll have links to the VYFI website and the Twitter account in the description below. And I do recommend people go check that out.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let's have a look. Let's start off with the granddad of them all, Bitcoin.
As always, let's start off with the king.
Yes.
So just really quickly, I have put this green arrow at the bottom here to show you the point where our last video last week was, to easily see it on the chart. So the basic bullet points that I mentioned is I expected another week of upside overall. We started the first day already with a push. Then during I think Tuesday and Wednesday, you saw a little bit of a dip. Some people already were going bearish again and saying, "Oh no, this is it. We won't get a new all-time high, and this is trapping the bullish people again." And yeah, then in the last few days, you probably all saw the Bitcoin ETF news for people that are inside the space and closely following all the news and the data. They were not really surprised by that because those ETF announcements were known quite a while ago. It's just that it's now getting official, and in the last few days there were some like official statements from the SEC and also from some financial news outlets. So this just increased the potential, and basically the public got notified by that. So awesome. As you saw, we had a really strong push on Friday leading up to the weekend, and now we are just barely under the all-time high. So I think everything we said in the last video pretty much came true as expected, which is nice to see, of course.
Yes. And what do you think how's it going to play out over the next week?
Yes. So for this, for the current time, I had it last week as well. Here is the highest weekly close. This is a mark to keep in mind. It's at 59,900. So we are slightly above it now. In the very short term, I expect us to get a little bit more downside here. I have a simple zone here on the chart. So let's put that away.
And this would be a natural correction as people profit take.
Yes, because we can see on the data that there is a lot of people obviously went with long positions into the pump, they bought when we were already going up, and we are at a point where there's there's a huge amount of long positions in the market at the highs here, and obviously this is an increased risk that we can see a short-term pullback, just to stop out those late long positions. The reason why, for some people, maybe this is not what they would hope for. They maybe would hope for buying at 50K or even 45K, but we have to just accept that we are so close to a new all-time high that a lot of easy buy zones are just getting front run, which means that if somebody wants to buy and he says he like finds a zone at 57K where he expects a support zone to be, he will put the order slightly above it, and then obviously a lot of people will do that because you can see the orders in the exchanges. You can see the order books if you take a look at that, and so a lot of people are like competing and pushing the prices higher with their orders because everyone wants to get in at some point, right?
Right.
And this is something to keep in mind, because in such a bullish market, the issue for people is to get into a position, because they wait for an easier price, they wait for a little bit less, and at the end then the price reverses and they have to buy in even higher than the first time. Like when you see a high at, we can just go back to a previous high to just quickly show what I mean here. Like people seeing this high here at 57K, where I'm putting this arrow here.
Yep.
Then you see the pullback coming.
Yep.
And it stops at 53. Now a lot of people were hoping that you could go at around maybe here. This is just slightly lower, or maybe even, let's say, around 52K. A lot of people were watching for those price targets. But then the market reverses at 53. Now let's put it this way. And now you see that when you take this first high, we are quickly above that high.
Yep.
Just going slightly under it, and then prices go higher. So in the end, people who waited here and then wanted to buy at 52, they are now forced to buy at 60K.
Right.
And this is how it pretty much works. And you have to, if you want to play the long positions, you also have to think about that. So this is why this is the zone, the green box here that I put in, is something I think that it's likely that we can go into this. If we would go there, I personally, I can fully say that I have some buys, some orders sitting in this zone, because I took some profits at 62K. So it's a quick trade for that. Just to show it, there are obviously some more support zones in case we would go lower. So this is just something you always have to keep in mind, that maybe you're wrong with a theory, but then those are the two zones to watch for if we would go lower than the first one.
Okay.
Just to keep that in mind.
Yep.
And for this scenario to really play out, after going into the first green box, I want to see a new all-time high very, very quickly. Like we're talking about in the next 1 or 2 days, even after we were going into the zone. So yeah, and then just quickly, let's zoom out a little bit. After breaking the all-time high, you can see it with the red line. We obviously have 70K as the next like psychological level above us, because it's a round number, and the next Fibonacci target that I have on my chart, because 63K was the first Fibonacci extension level, which is just a very simple way of speculating on uptrends. And then the second Fibonacci target is at around 78K. So this is probably for the future. If we would break the all-time high and 70K, then this is the next one to keep in mind for Bitcoin.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
So a lot of upside. To put it simple, again, just more upside. It's really
just more upside. We don't mind. We like more upside.
Yes.
Okay. Let's have a look at Ethereum then.
Yes. Let's go to Ethereum, and because we had it in every video, a little bit of patterns. I said I'm not a pattern trader, but on Ethereum, there is a really nice inverse head and shoulders that a lot of people would probably probably have traded. I had my long positions before that already, so I didn't trade the head and shoulders itself. But this is if you want to see a good pattern and then have a good pattern trade, then this is probably one of the best ones you can find in that circumstance. So as similar with Bitcoin, we saw Ethereum actually have a few hours or like one day where it really really went quite strong because it was lagging behind. You have to keep in mind that Bitcoin is already like the blue line here for Ethereum is the last local high, which is just slightly under Ethereum's all-time high.
Mhm.
And Bitcoin already went over, like the last local high for Bitcoin was at 53K. So we went past that since over a week already. And Ethereum is still under that. So relative to Bitcoin, you can still see that even Ethereum is lagging it behind, which is also shown on the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. You can see it's trending down. This is just the valuation of Ethereum against Bitcoin. But in the last in the last few days, you could see that it's trying to catch up a bit. So this is something to watch for. Maybe Ethereum can already find some more strength here, and I think after both broke the all-time high, we can see just it's a good time to be exposed to both projects. Let's just say it like that.
Right.
So in the very short term, for Ethereum, I would not be surprised if we could see something similar to Bitcoin, a short pullback. Not even sure if it's gonna reach the green box here, because it's looking really strong right now. But of course, if it's going to do this, you can also see it from the pattern perspective. A simple retest of the broken neckline of the head and shoulders,
Mhm.
which is the red line here. And then obviously after that, new all-time high for Ethereum as well. So
And that this week?
yeah, I would say so. If both can do it, for Ethereum it's a little bit trickier. To be honest, we have to see it. What happens? Pretty much Monday is a really important day. Always when everything starts again, when the financial markets are trading. But looking at it right now and keeping Bitcoin in mind, I would not be. Yeah, I would go as far and say we could see a new all-time high for Ethereum as well, even this week.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. Now,
I'm just gonna.
last week we looked at Shiba Inu.
Yes, Shiba Inu. So this was a little bit of a interesting one. As I said last week, it's the first time I'm doing such a altcoin, like really small cap. The first green arrow also again is at around the time where we made the video last week.
Yep.
So we saw quite, I think it was like one strong day. Yeah, one whole day of upside for Shiba Inu, but it made a lower high. After that, I think I said it in the video, we could see a little bit more upside in the short term, but overall, I expect the correction for Shiba not to be fully done yet, and until it breaks the high, definitely not. So we made made a lower high on that time frame, and ever since we have been trending down. So yeah, it's still the same zones that I gave last week, the orange and the blue one. With the market being like really bullish overall, I would not. If you really want to get into Shiba, I would not probably wait until the blue Fibonacci targets are reached. So if somebody says Shiba is the next big thing, I want to get into it, I have put it into 3 easy zones. The first one is just going with the last local bottom. This is maybe if somebody wants to go for a little bit of a riskier short-term trade, but in that case, it's smart to have a good risk management, of course, because it could just easily wick down lower. Because the first zone that I already mentioned last week is at the orange line, or the second green box.
Yep.
So that's for Shiba, and then afterwards, yeah, expecting more upside. But as it's a really small cap altcoin, it generally, looking at the cycle now for the short term and for the next few weeks, put your eyes on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then maybe some large altcoins like the one we're going to mention now at the end of the video, which is Solana.
Right.
And then maybe in first quarter of 2022, it's the time to take profits on stuff like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then go into some smaller ones. This is the like bigger game plan you can have.
Okay, let's look at the next one then.
Yeah, let's look at Solana to end this. So this is a chart where you can see a lot of lines I made because I traded it a little bit. The important ones that I want to mention here is the long trend line of this downtrend, which we have tried to break out twice. You can see it first here, and then the second one here. But we failed both of those times, and now we have broken out for a third time, and we stayed above it, which is the first very bullish sign for Solana. It also had the issues of just Bitcoin going up and taking all the liquidity of the market. Same with Ethereum, which was lagging behind. But now in the last few days, Solana had a little bit of a gain of strength again, which is good to see. So very quickly, in the short term, if we would see more downside, watch the trend line. Watch basically the last lows here in this zone. If we would go and break them again, this would be a bad sign for Solana, obviously. So as we are at this critical level right now, it's not the time to just hop into a position if you're not in one already. So stay patient still. However, if we would go there again and find strength again, and then maybe you can also look at the rest of the market, as I always say, look at Ethereum. What is Ethereum doing at this time? What is Bitcoin doing? And if you see strength across all those markets, and Solana also rebounding with strength again, then it's definitely a good idea to buy that, because the next targets are at 177 to 180. This is the important one, and this is also the zone where we saw the rejection at the last failed breakout, which actually, if you look at this move here, this whole uptrend, this was the last time Solana really had a strong uptrend over a few days. So breaking this one is the key, because after breaking 177 to 180, I'm expecting Solana to go to a new all-time high very quickly.
Very nice. We would like.
And then just scrolling out, as I did with Bitcoin, after breaking the new all-time high for Solana, we're talking about 400 US dollars. So that's from the current prices, that's like 3x quickly. So
great.
Definitely a good opportunity, I would say.
Yes. Well, listen, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. So we looked at Bitcoin, ETH, Shiba Inu, and Solana. And generally, the market is looking really, really good. It's all bullish. Thank you so much, Max. Anything you want to say before we finish up?
No, that's pretty much everything for now. Yeah, I wish you all the best for trading or investing, whatever you're doing. And yeah,
great.
Enjoy it.
Thank you. And then anybody who's watching, any comments, questions, let us know. And if there's a major altcoin you'd like us to look at next time, let us know in the comments below. Give me the ticker symbol. Give me lots of ticker symbols. And Max will be back next weekend. We may be shifting to Saturdays. And thank you again, Max. And thank you, everybody who's watching. And between now and when I see you next, please keep filling your pockets with crypto profits. This is Crypto Rich and VYFI Max signing out. All the best. Bye-bye.
Bye.